10 or 11 years ago, our industry was going through its cycles, and most customers, and certainly all insurers, were marketing purely on price. And those were companies that didn't have any obvious price advantage. So we realised if that was the case, there would be a lot of casualties in our industry, and that has happened. A lot of insurers have left New Zealand because they weren't making acceptable financial returns. So we decided there was a better way, and the better way, of course, was to go for the quality play. Well, we needed a framework, and the first thing is I have a strong view that a lot of companies do brilliant things in isolation, parts of their companies. It might be in HR, might be in marketing, might be in one branch, but you need something to translate that excellence right across your company. So you need a framework, you need a map, and we went looking for a map, and in our opinion, the only map that covered every aspect of running a wonderful organisation of any kind is the Baldrige criteria. So it's a global criteria of world's best practice. The reward goes across everything. I think the first place to start is you get better financial outcomes. So you get happier shareholders, happier parents, which is a good place to start. But I also found, much to my surprise in a way, is the amazing effect it had on our staff engagement. Our staff engagement is at the highest level of any business in New Zealand. It's constantly up. It's measured at about 90%, and world-class staff engagement is around about 80%. So to get a bunch of Kiwis at that high level of engagement is down to this, because we gave them an aspirational goal. What also you get out of it, of course, is happier customers, because they're being handled by happier staff. You're getting better customer service outcomes. So it's a win-win-win for everyone. That's what's fundamentally great about it. And if you keep seeing those rewards, that is why your staff get more and more determined that you're going to reach the highest level. Well, I think it's never been more advisable, because what we can see now, there's a flight to quality. You only need to look at what's going on in banking, in most other businesses. When people get nervous, they want security and stability. And so imagine if you're a customer of an insurance company, you want to know your insurer is going to be there when you have your terrible moment where you have a loss and a claim. You don't want hassles. You want to deal with experienced people who are motivated. And so it's never been more important than now. And I worry that some people would think about cutting costs now, and that's a legitimate part of business. But this doesn't have to cost money. You're just helping your staff do their jobs better. And of course, therefore, it's not a cost. It's a massive benefit. You have to prove that every world-class thing you do is fully embedded and fully integrated across your entire company. So if we take something like strategic planning, at bronze level, at a base level, you would obviously want to prove that all your managerial team, your leadership team, totally engaged. Maybe to get to silver, we had to prove that most of our staff were engaged. But to get to gold, we had to prove, and I mean prove, that every single staff member understood our strategic plan, got updated on a monthly basis, understood what their role was in helping this company achieve its strategic plan. So I guess that would be the most fundamental difference, that wonderful total integration where every staff member knows everything about how to do their job and where they fit and what the company's trying to achieve. Two main ways, I think. Our financial returns, you always get better financial returns when you're world-class. It's like a catch-22. You have to prove you've got world-class financial returns to get gold, but of course getting gold drives better financial returns. So I think your shareholders naturally want to see that, and ours do, and they're grateful for that. And that's powerful, because it makes our business more sustainable at a time when a lot of our competitors are losing money right now. Secondly, probably the most important way, of course, you've got to work really hard to display this to your customers. And the obvious way to do that is with superior customer service. But if you think of things like claims, every year not many of your clients have claims. So your clients might not be touched by you. So of course marketing and PR and it's just spreading this message that you have now got this accreditation, which only about 3 or 4 companies a year get in America, and there's only one other company in New Zealand currently has this. So it's a good story to tell. In the end, it encourages you to adopt world-class practices across everything you do, and then of course to test yourself, to submit yourself to an evaluation is a powerful thing, because for a pretty small cost you get these experts come in from around New Zealand who know all about world-class practice. They evaluate you, and you get a phenomenal report, which I describe as being like gold, because in that report, and it covers every aspect of your organisation, you get a list of the things you're really good at, what your strengths are, but of course more importantly you get a list of the things you can do better at, opportunities for improvement. And imagine getting that from experts pretty much cheaply and locking that into your strategic plan and driving to achieve those goals. I employ Kiwis from Whangarei to Invercargill. It's a total variety of Kiwis across all races, ethnicity, religious, and of course gender and age. And yet what they all have in common is we have some of the happiest staff in the country. So there's a competition called the Best Places to Work survey, and our staff surveys tell us that our staff, for companies employing more than 400 people, we're in the top 2 or 3 companies in New Zealand for happy staff. And yet they're doing tough work. And I put it down to this journey we're on, because if they're going to work in this industry, they would say, well, I want to work for the best. I want to work for a world-class company. And part of being world-class, of course, means we look after them, we develop them. It doesn't mean you pay them stupidly either, but it means they feel like they're cared for, they feel listened to, and they're proud of the work they do, because they would say, well, I'm doing my little part of this jigsaw, but now I know I'm doing it to a world-class level, and that feels pretty bloody good. We knew the great companies didn't have a gimmick, they just got better every day. It's continuous improvement. We needed a framework. Baldridge gave us that. It's so comprehensive, it covers simply everything we did, and what we found, of course, was the most stunning thing. By fully engaging our staff, they took it over, they drove it, and it produces world-class outcomes, better financial results, happier staff, happier customers. Why wouldn't you do that?